you know what, I'm gonna fast for 16 hours, in for that 8 hours eating nothing but German chocolate cake. That makes no sense. Hey, if you're looking to improve your erections, your testosterone, and you want to do it super fast, well, stay tuned, because today what I'm going to do is talk about just that. Fasting, specifically intermittent fasting, and how it can help you. And hey, my name is Brian, aka Uncle B, and for the last 21 years I've been a men's performance coach with African Fly, the liquid aphrodisiac. And as a coach, we have to talk about this, especially because it's so important. Specifically, today we're going to talk about the benefits of intermittent fasting and how you can do it so it becomes easy and a normal part of your life. And as a bonus, stick around to the end, because I'm going to give you some very valuable advanced intermittent fasting tips that you probably haven't heard anywhere else. And of course, we will be going live this Thursday and every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I can answer your questions. And if you haven't done it already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell so we can get some more of this information to you. And what I'm gonna do is break this down till it cannot be broken anymore. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hop into it. When we're talking about intermittent fasting, we're really just talking about periods of time where you're not eating and periods of time when you are eating. And for most guys like me, basically we're just talking about skipping breakfast. When we're talking about the hours, we're breaking it down to 16 hours of not eating in an 8-hour window where you can eat. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, you know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's a commercial. That's a commercial. Now think about this. Breakfast is actually relatively new the way that we're eating it right now. Because back in the day, if you didn't have a grocery store, a refrigerator, or a stove, it's pretty hard to get up first thing in the morning and make breakfast. So the vast majority of people would, on a regular day, just go ahead and get some coffee and move about their day. Think about this also. When it comes down to cereal, that wasn't invented until 1863. And when it comes down to the refrigerator itself, Albert Einstein didn't come up with that patent until 1930. So basically, people weren't eating milk with their cereal until the late 50s. Most intermittent fasting protocols are made up of that 16 hours of fasting and 8 hours of eating. And for that 8 hours, of course, guys, you don't need to pig out. It's not like it makes sense to, like, you know what, I'm gonna fast for 16 hours, in for that 8 hours eating nothing but German chocolate cake. That makes no sense. And you know this, man. So basically, you want to stop eating at, like, let's say 6 p.m. in the evening and not eat again until 10 a.m. the next day. That's your 16-hour window. So let's hop into the benefits of intermittent fasting, because it's a lot of them. Weight loss. Obviously, when you're doing intermittent fasting, you're cutting down on the amount of food that you're consuming. And with all the other benefits that are going on, you will lose weight. Inflammation actually goes down the more you're doing the intermittent fasting, because you're giving your body a chance to rest and repair itself. Heart health. When it comes to that bad cholesterol, intermittent fasting helps your body dispose of it. And when it comes to cancer, yes, cancer, animal studies have shown that intermittent fasting does help prevent cancer. When it comes to brain health, two incredible things. One, it just helps you become smarter. And also it helps prevent Alzheimer's disease. And anti-aging. Studies have showed that rats who have been fasting actually live from 36 to 83% longer. That's crazy. Now, let's talk about intermittent fasting and how that works for your testosterone. In non-obese men who did intermittent fasting, it actually shows that their luteinizing hormone, which is a precursor for testosterone, goes up by 67%. Now, what's crazy is your human growth hormone, which is great for so many things in your body. Just with a 24-hour fast, it goes up by 2,000%. And human growth hormone and testosterone are closely related. Now, when it comes to that weight loss, when you're getting rid of that extra body fat, I've said many times how there's a process called aromatase, where your testosterone is being turned into estrogen in your body. when you lose that weight, especially that belly fat, your testosterone levels go up, and it's not like you need to lose a ton of weight for the testosterone levels to start showing. Intermittent fasting also has significant benefits when it comes to insulin resistance, which is a great thing because it helps prevent type 2 diabetes. And of course, the reason why all this intermittent fasting and testosterone is important for your erections is because the bursting and burning of testosterone fuels erections. So let's talk about how intermittent fasting works. And this is really important, fellas, especially my guys who are trying to lose weight. So here's the process. Your body uses the food that is readily available. So basically what you ate last. Now think of it this way. There's a reason why they tell you not to go swimming for 3 hours after you've eaten. And that's because your stomach will cramp up. In order to digest food, your stomach needs the energy of a workout to do that. So swimming will just cramp you up, and drowning, that tends to happen. Now, your body stores the energy, the food that you eat that gets broken down, digested, it stores that as glycogen and as fat. Now remember, your body is on all the time as long as you're alive, and so you're using energy. It's just a question of where that energy comes from. If that energy is coming from glycogen, which is basically your body has turned what you ate into sugar, and that sugar is stored in your liver and in your muscles. So when it comes to getting energy, it goes to what's the food available first, then it goes to your glycogen stores, and then it goes to fat. This is very important. It's one of the reasons why it's very good to work out while you're fasted. That way you're burning through your glycogen stores and you're moving quickly into burning fat. So when it really comes down to it, fasting means you're just moving from food energy to fat energy. Now let's talk about how to make intermittent fasting normal. This is a process for a lot of guys. It was a process for me. It took me roughly a good 6 months to make this normal. And that's because I had a feeding window, just like a baby. And the baby first comes home from the hospital, it's up at 4 a.m., keeps getting up at 4 a.m. And you as the parent, you have to keep moving the baby feeding schedule to something that makes more sense for you. The same thing applies to your body. If you've been used to eating at 7 a.m. every morning, like I used to do with those 3 eggs and some form of meat for a long period of time, it's going to take you a while for your body to get used to the fact that you are looking to extend the amount of time that you're fasting. So when you're fasting, you can only drink black coffee, water, and herbal teas. And when we're talking about the herbal teas, I don't mean the ones with sugar in it. So if it's like an apple cinnamon green tea or something like that, you don't need the apple in there. And the reason is because your body is basically looking for the sugar. As soon as you have sugar on your tongue, your body's like, oh, let's switch from burning fat back to burning glycogen. Your body wants to save the fat stores. So what it's going to do is look to make sure that as soon as you can switch over back to the glycogen, it can do that. So you want to prevent anything that's going to be sweet on your tongue. So here's some other tips. First of all, you want to find some other morning activities that'll take your attention away. You've been doing something a certain way and you're just used to it. So you need to change that. Also be aware of certain situations that just come up on a regular. I had a job once where it was like Bagel Wednesdays, which is horrible. And so, you have to make sure that you're paying attention and that you know to avoid certain situations while you're making this adjustment. Now, for my fellas who are very thin, typically the average human has about a 20% amount of fat that can be used that is in reserve. And so you can do intermittent fasting. Obviously, you just can't take it as far as somebody who has a lot more fat available on their body. If you're having issues with diabetes, low blood pressure, or you're taking certain forms of medications, please talk to your doctor first. But intermittent fasting does help you in a lot of areas. It can help you in those areas too. So here are those bonus tips, those things you may not hear from other people. One of them being that you'll get used to it. That's the great thing. In the beginning, you're thinking about it all the time. It's 7 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock, it's 9 o'clock. When am I going to eat? And then your body gets to a point where it's like, hey, you can go till 2 o'clock, no problem. It'll keep extending. It won't be as much of a pain down the road. Also, this is an important one. Brushing your teeth in the morning. brushing your teeth while you're fasting, well, you can't use that sugar stuff, that sugar soap that they want you to put in your mouth. So just go ahead and use the water. Oh, be careful drinking coffee and getting in people's face. You don't want to have that coffee breath. It is horrible. But when it comes to brushing your teeth, just use water. You'll be good. All right, a quick comment about what I just said about brushing your teeth, because other people in the room have wanted to make sure I cleared this up. So yes, you do need to brush your teeth. Be thorough with it. Make sure your breath doesn't stink. And I'm talking about while you're fasting. I'm not talking about all the time for the rest of your life. Please don't be the halitosis in somebody's life. Whew, Lord, no. Another great thing is that when it comes to weight loss, I know you have that question about intermittent fasting. You can lose between a half a pound and a pound and a half of weight, of course, depending on other things. One of the most important things is if you are planning to do your intermittent fasting and something happened and you crave something, you ate it, don't give up, don't stress, don't worry about it. This is something that we're looking to have in our lives as a tool all the time. So if it didn't work out for you today, go ahead and get back on it tomorrow. One of the great things about doing intermittent fasting is you actually save a lot of time and a lot of money. When it comes to the money, yeah, breakfast food is typically cheaper, but you're saving that every day. And also that amount of time that it takes to cook the food, clean the pots, all that good stuff. You're saving all of that. And one great thing that you can do is check out the Zero app. It's an app that helps you track your fasting, also gives you encouragement, and lets you do a little bit of journaling so you know how you feel and you can get yourself even better quicker. So you can download the Zero app from Google Play or the App Store. All right, so in conclusion, intermittent fasting is just a time period where you're not eating and a window of time where you are eating, typically 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of your eating window. Benefits includes weight loss, prevention of type 2 diabetes, reduced inflammation, boosting of heart health, preventing cancer, and promoting brain function. And a great thing, it is also anti-aging. Erection benefits come from the luteinizing hormone going up, enhanced HGH, reduction of body fat so your testosterone levels can go up, and of course, most importantly, fasting moves from your body using food energy to fat energy. During that fasting window, make sure you're only drinking black coffee, water, or herbal teas without sugar. Confession time. Hey fellas, do you do intermittent fasting? And if you do, how are the results? Let us know in the comment section below. And of course, we do have every Thursday me going live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so I can answer your questions. So if you like what you heard, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so we can get some more of these videos to you. And this is Uncle B saying, get your game up and go hard. Peace out.